Welcome back to Renaissance Certified. I am here with, humbly, with
WHOISJORDAN.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, y'all, we're here in Brentwood right now. And this location is actually very special for Jordan. He was telling me before we got on camera that this is one of the first places that he was when he first moved to Nashville. So, I wanted to talk about like your journey from Brentwood and coming into Nashville. Because I think that's a good starting point for kind of like your journey from that point and onward.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Well, first off, bro, thanks for having me.
Of course,
I
bro.
appreciate you.
Of course.
Bro. Seriously. Nah, it's crazy. Like, the first time I visited here was actually to visit Dante. It's my cousin Dante, if you guys don't know. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, I just came down on a whim. Like, we got super close. We were calling each other like every week, like every day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like came down to visit, and like I was like expecting like cowboy boots and like
like
rodeo and howdy type energy.
Yeah.
That's what being from Maryland, like that's just what we expect. And, like, coming here and actually like moving around and like seeing like, oh, now there's like other types of music. There's like, you know, cool like vintage like scene, and then like everybody's fits are like pretty clean. Like at least in the areas that we were hitting, I was just like so surprised. And then coming back to Maryland, I just had like a gut. I was like, bro, I gotta be here, bro. Like, and I was already kind of looking at like and talking to some homies, like maybe I'll go over here, maybe like I'll move out, maybe I was just trying to figure out like what the next step is. Yeah, man, I just like really felt just like a pull, like whether it's like it was God or
I was gonna
the
say
universe or myself, or but I just felt like right to come here, bro.
Yeah, was it jarring? Like, cause you said whenever you first came here, like a lot of the concessions that you had,
bro.
like were completely different. So was it jarring, or was it like you said, whenever you finally had that like assimilation, you was like, nah, this feels right to kind of like you said, get pulled here.
Yeah, I think like off rip, just because of where I was at. So I was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes like outside of Baltimore. Yeah. Which is like, you're not in like the craziness, but like stuff still happens like outside of cities like that. So like I will never ever like act like I grew up in like the projects or the hood, or it's still suburban, but at the same time like definitely saw stuff and stuff definitely happened. And like even just going to bed and like hearing sirens and helicopters is like normal. So coming here to Brentwood, it was like very shocking at just like the quietness of everything. And like, you know, me coming to Nashville, I have no really gauge of like where anything's at. So like, I'm thinking Brentwood is Nashville, and it's like to me like it is technically, but it's like the feeling is so different depending on like, where you're at. Yeah. So I think like for me being here, it was like a culture shock because like this was the first move, so I haven't even moved anywhere else in my life. So it was literally to Maryland to here. Yeah. And like just seeing like people leave their doors unlocked, people chilling outside. This is like $1 million homes. And even like, I don't know how or whatever, but Dante was living there already. So when I came in, I kind of came into like them already living at the house. Yeah. And they just had a good deal. And like, we were living around a lot of like government people and like people like millionaires and people that were retired musicians. And it was just like, bro, like this is insane. Yeah. Like I don't know if necessarily like I like liked it, but it was definitely good for me to just see like how that side of people live. Right. Like it was kind of be like, okay, like this
get more perspective.
Yeah. You just gain more perspective. So it was definitely culture shock. Like even the first couple of months, like I'd be like locking everything, locking the door, closing doors, whatever. Dante was like, bro, are you good? Like he's like, yo, you're good, like calm down.
It's like breaking you out the matrix.
No, for real. Not for real. Or even like at night too. Like I was just like, like I would just be like having a hard time going to sleep because I just wouldn't hear anything. And I'm like, bro, like this, it just makes you realize like, not in a bad way, and also not necessarily the good way, just like, it kind of puts into perspective a lot of stuff just of you growing up. Cause like, you're in the same place, you go through everything, it's all normal. And then like, you break that and you kind of can like understand, all right, like, this is how they live over here. This is how like, this person lives. Like, you just start to question more stuff. So,
it sounds like you're dealing with like kind of survivor's guilt in a way, like moving in a sense, because it was like you still kind of get that what's that word? Like when people go to war and then
PTSD. Yeah, like like I said, I won't ever say like where I like grew up was like rough. But I definitely know like at least where I was at in Maryland, like a lot of people grow up and like stay there. Like most of my friends like are in some capacity still in Maryland. Yeah. Like I have few friends that have like left.
Like branched out,
Yeah. And or maybe they left and came back, maybe they left and went to college, whatever. But yeah, it just kind of like, I don't know. It just makes you like think about everything, and it also kind of like, and I know it's like it is Nashville. It's like I didn't move like to another country, but it does like open up just like the world of like
what's possible.
Oh, okay, cool. Like America's like bigger, in a sense, and like, yeah, I mean, coming here, you know, for the most part by myself, besides like Dante, you know, my uncles and stuff, like you could do whatever. Like, what type of person do you want to be? Like, where do you want to work? Who do you want to be friends with? And instead of just hanging out with people you've kind of always been around your whole life, you actually have to like find the people. And I think the vulnerability of just like kind of being by yourself, and I think the thing that kind of like grew me, like coming here, as much as like I wanted to, it also felt like necessary to just like get to the next like phase of life. Yeah.
Don't play with me, baby, I'm up. I'm feeling too good to let up. Right, feeling too right to be wrong. I hate when they target a stunt. We showed up and made it a scene. Actually sold up and made it a team. Might tell the whole fill out the one. I show you what doing it means. So don't play with me, baby, I'm up.
I read that you guys were like in a band with each other together.
Bro. Yeah.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
I'm trying to know more, but I'm like dying now more.
We just be joking all it. Yeah.
You're right. So I say that to say no. Like I read about like your PA DIY band days. And I know that like again you've been like independent for a big majority of your like first career. So what allowed you to invite somebody else into the process of like your creation, and then how did that blossom into y'all working on this project together?
Yeah, that's a great question, bro. Hey.
Hey. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, so like little backstory on me and Isaac, and then I'll get into like how we came together for the project. But yeah, so like pulled up, audition. Yeah, they were like, they were looking for a drummer. They're like, we want to have you play. We like toured around like East Coast, just DIY
first
touring.
and last audition.
Yeah, first and last audition, which is crazy. And yeah, bro, we were just like honestly like doing life together like for like a couple years, and kind of at the end of the band, our bassist left, and I was kind of like figuring out the music, kind of that point I was telling you about. Yeah. I was kind of at the tail end of like making the decision of like, okay, I'm gonna actually like be an artist and like try to like for real do this.
Yeah,
because it just felt like my spirit and my gut, it just felt like right.
Yeah.
So left the band, and we were already kind of winding down, so just kind of naturally everything just kind of like moved on. And like me and Isaac like always kept in touch, like we would like call each other here and there, but like as COVID happened and like everybody's like locked inside, and we were also too like we were like 21, bro, or something, or like we were like young. Yeah, we were super young, so I think like also just trying to figure out what type of lives we wanted for ourselves, I think was a big thing.
Yeah.
So we would stay in touch, but we like kind of talk once a month and be like, all right, cool, like we'll talk once a month. And then like the years went on, they might be like once every 3 months, but we always like supported each other. Isaac, his artist name is Malcolm, his producer name is Malcolm. He's an incredible artist, and like he would put out stuff, I'd be putting out stuff, and like we would just be like, yo, fire, sending each other just different things like that.
Distance.
Yeah, bro. And what happened? Oh, it was the reunion show. So we played a reunion show 2 years ago with the band, and it was like amazing because not only did we get to like just see each other again and just kind of be like go back a few years, but it was also awesome too because like we were able to like properly close that chapter. Like I feel like we ended on like good terms, but I feel like the intentionality of like this is it, we never all the way got to like experience that.
We got to the last page of the book and decided to just not close the book.
Exactly. Yes.
We're on the last page of it, and then we just didn't close it. You know what I mean? So it was like nice to finally close that book fully.
Yeah. That is like the best way to explain it. And when we came back for like the trip, or like right before the trip, because we were in PA, so I came from Nashville back to PA.
Yeah.
Me and Isaac just were talking, and shout out to Jack in camp. Like Jack has this songwriter camp that happens every year or twice a year.
Camp 3?
Camp 3, bro. So I like was thinking about it. I'm like, man, like Isaac, I'm like, you've been producing. I'm like, you've been working with people. He does everything. He guitar, all his own stuff. And I'm like, man, like I'm like, it might be just good for him to just like come here, like come to Nashville, like experience the type of energy. Cause like through the band and like talking again and like just reconnecting, I was just like, bro, like this makes so much sense. So I was like, hey man, like right after the reunion show, like a day after, like I come back to Nash, do you want to come down and go to Jack's camp? Which is insane.
Yeah.
So we were pretty much like with each other for like 2 weeks, like straight. Just,
after like 6
I want to see
like after like 6 months of, you know, like connecting every 6 months or so, or, you know, like just like still keeping in touch, and then all of a sudden, like after, you know, 5 years, we're like reconnecting for 2 weeks straight. Like we're hanging out,
it's crazy.
It's like a crazy synergy.
Crazy synergy. And also like the crazy thing about like just like friends and like keeping in touch with people is like we just picked it up from there. It's like, you know, we hadn't seen each other for like 4 years, 5 years in person, and all of a sudden we're like working on stuff again and making things. We made a song.
Yeah, we did make a song. I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Reunion show, and we were like, hold up, like something like this is like a different energy. And also like just jumping back into like that friendship we had, and then like a day, like literally finished the reunion show. The next day I packed, and the day after that I flew out to Nashville.
Yeah, I
spent a week in Nashville. That's when I met you.
I was gonna say, I remember you saying, I remember you saying, it was like, I'm thinking about moving to Nashville, and like it was on your mind, and then like a couple of like months later, you were like, I'm here now.
I'm here.
Don't go out slipping, you better not run. When they act up, let your mind be the. If my thoughts could dance on street lights, you would see the subliminal pain that we fight. I would scream at the minimum wage, the fixed price. I would mean that he really ain't lame in God's eyes. They was just blowing like it's a focus. First that I'm off to this point in a moment. Back in, you can get it off of rapping. But how you choke if you tapped in?
Yes, sir. So we're back, man. I know with this album journey, it's been quite the process.
Yeah.
And I want to get into like the actual songs themselves.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
I remember when we did our Certified Heat session, one of the songs that really like stuck out for me was Ivory. And when I first heard it, it damn near sounded like complete, but the journey that you have from when I first heard it to where it's at now, like everything that y'all have added as far as like the feature, as far as like the instrumentation, all of those things, like what kind of decisions led into making that? Because I damn near the first time I heard it, I was like, this is basically like like it's ready to go, but I like understand why y'all like made the decision that y'all made as far as like fully fleshing it out. So how was that process like?
Yeah, I think you heard it, was it April, I think? April of last year. Yeah, so Aziza, she was actually shout out Aziza. She was actually good. I think she came right after you left.
Really?
That same night,
Yeah, she came that same night. So Isaac, actually no, go ahead and talk about the melody.
Yeah, so
like 2 hours, an hour after?
It was like
it was right
after. It was like 30 minutes.
And then we went out afterwards.
Yeah, we did.
It was a crazy day. Anyway, so so he had the song, he had the melody idea. As far as like how the structure generally was, he had like a voice memo recording of it. You came over, he recorded just a rough take of it. We redid that take right after you left. Kept writing to it, kind of like finished the verse. He had his verses done, we just needed to record them. We recorded them, and then a couple months before, I think it was January, he sent me the track, sent me the voice memo part where he just like recorded a rough take of it. And I was like, oh, we should add this melody to it. And I just recorded a really rough voice memo recording of the melody Aziza sings. And I was like, this is what I think we should do. We should get a female artist. I just met Aziza back in November. I was like, yo, she'd be great for it. So like in January, we already had that planned out. Then April, we had her come over right after you interviewed. She came over, recorded all her parts, sing melody. She did her thing on it. Obviously, like I was just like, here's a rough idea of what I think should happen. Like truly sketchbook.
She was crazy.
And then she did her thing, and she was perfect. I mean, like it was great. Like it was such a like clear initiative of like, here's this idea, here's who's gonna do it, here's how we're gonna make it happen. Like, and there's a lot of examples of that on the project of just like clairvoyancy of like, this is what we're doing, this is the path we're on. There's a lot of moments of questions, obviously, but more often than not, it was like, we're gonna do this. And we recorded it, assembled the song, and that was pretty much done. That night, we didn't really add anything else. Like we just recorded the parts.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely recording the parts. And like, shout out to Aziza, because I was gonna say, like, she not only saying everything correctly, like it border like exactly what Isaac had in his head.
Yeah.
But she also like brought like the correct emotion to how she was like hitting the like.
Yeah, it was like a somber feel, but also uplifting at the same time.
Like how she was, it just felt very like, it just felt like a hug, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, she's incredible, bro. Like, not only like an amazing artist, an amazing singer, she's just like an amazing person. And like, I knew her before that. Yeah, Isaac, I think we might have met her around the same time actually. And like, we maybe talked for like an hour and a half before we did like anything, and just like got to know each other more, and like hearing about like her story. And like, I think she's from Chicago too, and just she was talking about that, and it was just amazing, bro. It was like a really like special like couple hours with her. So
do you guys ever feel like, because I know you're talking about clairvoyancy and like kind of just being like we're on this path, do you ever feel like with the songs that are going to be on the album, like uncertainty of like, I don't really know where this song is going, and you kind of like, or there's songs that you kind of have to like put to the wayside because of that?
Yeah. So like when Isaac came down for the first time that we worked on it, I think we had like 20 songs or something.
A bunch of songs.
Yeah, like a bunch of just like ideas. Like, and some stuff, there was a couple that I actually did beforehand that didn't go on the project that were like pretty much done. There's like 2 that are like borderline done.
Yeah.
And it was kind of as we like worked on everything, and as we like started picking stuff and kind of like chiseling out the marble of like, what should this look like?
Yeah.
That's when naturally stuff just starts to like fall, whether it's, you know, oh, we said that in a better way on this song, let's just take it out. Or whether it's like sonically, which Isaac's like great about that, like sonically this doesn't match. This like does this for the album and it doesn't really like push it forward. Like, let's take that out. So I think like just in the process of making it, it's just like clear what should be there or what shouldn't. And yeah, there's some ones that like, there's a song called Tuesday. I love that song.
Yeah.
And I was like really wanted it to be on the project, but what I was saying in it, and I think the purpose it served on the album, it just didn't really like move the point forward, and it kind of felt like redundant. And I think I said the same thing, but in a different way and in a better way.
Yeah.
So we had to cut that one. So like stuff like that was like hard decisions to make, but it's also like prudent for the betterment of the album.
Yeah, that's the last of the album. This album is for all the creatives. This is for my family. This is for my friends. This is for me, my child, my kid self. And last but not least, this is for the city that changed my life, Nashville. So thank y'all so much for coming out. Yeah, my name is WHOISJORDAN. This is Isaac. I'll see y'all in a second. Thanks for listening to the album.
Yeah, man, I'm really thankful for y'all, coming through.
For sure.
And if you should care. So I wanted to end.
Do I need the mic real quick? Sorry.
No, we're good.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to end this with like a very like, I've been thinking about the album title, You Should Care, and I've been thinking about that in the context of like your journey. And so, how would you feel with this album being so boldly titled You Should Care if somebody listens to this album, runs through the 10-track project, and does it, and it's just like, oh, it's cool. Like, do you care about stuff like that? Pun intended.
I think like art and music is so like one just like subjective.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm WHOISJORDAN. That's my artist name because like this is the process of me like figuring out like not only like what type of artist I want to be, but like what type of like person I am. And I think sometimes people just don't vibe with stuff, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna force somebody to like it, and if they don't care about it, they like don't care about it.
Right.
But I think they should.
Yeah.
And even if it's not like my album, I think you should care generally about
art,
the process of making art, and about artists and independent artists and big artists and everything that they go through.
Why do you think it's important?
Because I think that without art and without music and without dance and without paintings and without I think that's so much of just the human experience encapsulated. Yes. And I think without art, there's a lot of stuff we don't have. All these cars in this building, this is all art.
Yeah.
Nature's art. Like that is like the human experience. And I think like devaluing it is kind of just devaluing us, to be honest.
That's
So yeah, I think if I'm not the person you care about, I hope you listen to another artist's album and have some more intention.
I like that. I like that.
How you process it, you know, especially in an age right now where like, well, Isaac was saying, like stuff is just put out quick and fast, and people are on to the next thing, and people are like, we need to take some time and seriously sit with stuff and take it in and be intentional and like hear somebody, you know. Again, it doesn't have to be me, but just we got to take stuff in on a deeper level, you know. And I think that is like my desire for somebody, even if they don't love the album, to at least walk away with the sense of intention when experiencing art. So
like that. What about you, Mel?
I think like obviously the intention behind the album title is like based in Jordan's feelings as well, but like in the same aspect, like I'm finding my own truths in those things. And like I agree with the idea of like we devalue things right now. We're in a place of like a pretty like cognitive dissonant time of like how we feel about art and how we feel about the things we engage in, and like the way we look at our effort and the time and like the value it has. And I feel like the suggestion of like you should care in general, like I think that the value we place in the things we do, the way we engage with the world, the way we engage with art that's made, like it's very important that we be intentional about it. And like in like this state that we're in, where a lot of things are devalued, a lot of things are looked at as like ancillary and like pointless, music, effort, whatever, because it doesn't serve like monetary value, whatever, right? Like, there's a lot of things we're associated with like how beneficial it is from a like, monetary standpoint. And like you should care about it because it doesn't matter about money. It doesn't matter about these things. It matters because it is, like he said, like providing an understanding of ourselves and like the people around us. And like it's just really important for us to engage with art, with things going on, with creating, being a participant, being an audience member, being whatever it is, whatever that role, you should care about it. It's important. Yeah, I think that, I agree. I think we lose the point. Start thinking about these things.
No, I agree. That's fire, y'all.
That is gas. It's a great question. It's a great question.
We can do the closers as far as social medias and anything that you want to shout out before we close out.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, Who is Jordan on everything? You should care. It's out. Yeah, we're gonna put this. It'll be out already. Listen. And if you don't care, I hope you care about some music.
Yeah, with Love Malcolm, on pretty much everything, producing, whatever. Like, I just want to make art with people, whatever that is. I'm happy to play a role. So, listen to the fucking project, man. It's a good one.
Yeah, hey, to everybody that took the time to not only listen to this interview, watch the interview, to everybody that's listening to the album, from the bottom of my heart, seriously, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Y'all are what keeps this joint going. So, yeah, thanks for caring.
Shifted the clutch, it's like I've been whipping 100 miles. Whatever it wasn't enough, man. They try to get y'all to run around. Really, I'm the only one around. We outside, bring another round. I'm about to take the summer down. Mess around and run a fall too. I'm the one they got to call on, so I'll pick it up like a draw too. Not surprised that they drawn to something real, something out the veil. Who is Jordan? Gotta say it more. Run it back and tell me how you feel. Yeah.